Trudy sitting in for Elias. Welcoming to CJAD 800, a former Olympian who went to Sochi in 2014. In a sec, she'll be talking to us about a fan event that will take place here in Montreal as part of the Olympic celebrations here as we watch what's going on in Paris. But first, I would like to ask Maxime Dufour-Lapointe about her own Olympic experience. Maxime, welcome to CJAD 800.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Take us back to those days and hours before the events you competed in at Sochi in 2014, because I can only imagine how Canada's Olympians are feeling today with all of their preparations coming to this point and all the pressure, all the expectations of they put on themselves and everyone else puts on them too. What does that feel like?
Yeah, you basically said it all. It's a whirlwind of emotion. Everything can get mixed up really easily. You're on one side very excited to be at the Olympic. You just want to let it all in and soak it up and immerse yourself into it, because it's like the Disneyland for athletes. Everything is magnified. You meet people from different countries, different sports you've never seen before. Everything is very much exhilarating. On the other hand, though, you got to focus on your own competition, right? You got yourself there, and that's to be a fierce competitor. So in a way, for me, it was about a bit putting aside all those distractions and really go back to what's at the core of it all. It's the competition. It was only the same mogul course, the same skiing, the same technique. My coaches getting it back to what matters most, and it was about preparing the performance. So it's a big, it's definitely the biggest challenge at the Olympics. You don't get any competition as big and as distracting as the Olympics. But I think when you're well prepared, you can deal it much better. So this is the challenge of the Olympics, being able to perform with all that aura and distraction around.
Folks, if you recognize the name Dufour-Lapointe, it might be in the context of the Dufour-Lapointe sisters, because Maxime was not alone in Sochi. She had her two sisters with you. You're the oldest, right, Maxime?
Exactly.
Did that make a difference for you? Was that another one of those distractions, the fact that you were probably also keeping an eye on your sisters, how they were doing, how they were feeling?
Not really, because we've been competing together for such a long time. It was something that I've kind of wrap my head around how to deal with it and actually focus on myself, because they were young adults at the time, so they were able to take care of themselves. But being together there was a strength. I remember we very much enjoyed at the end of every day going into like their athlete wellness center. It was kind of just a small room with dim lights, and where we would just talk about our day, write our journal, stretch, and it really felt like being at home away from home. And I think for my sisters and I, this has always been a big strength for us while traveling and competing. It really grounded us always to what was important and to our values and keeping it simple. It was just skiing. So yeah, it kind of felt normal within not normal.
Since Sochi, Maxime Dufour-Lapointe has turned her ambitions to medicine. Maxime, where are you in your medical training right now?
I have 18 months left before I'm a fully family physician.
Why did you decide to go into family medicine, that branch of medicine?
I think because that was a branch that allowed to be involved in all the subjects of medicine. It's also the branch where I feel like I'm the closest to the patients, where I can take the time I need, and I really enjoy prevention and sports medicine. So that's also something I can definitely focus on being a family doctor.
Well, heaven knows the province needs you, so we thank you. We thank you for choosing that. Tell us now about the Fan Festival. This is kind of a three-parter. There's going to be one in Calgary later this month, actually this weekend, I think, then in Toronto, August 2nd through 5th, and then Montreal, the 9th through 11th. And you're going to be co-hosting that. What can people expect if they go down to Windsor Station?
Yeah, well, it's a very cool initiative from the Canadian Olympic Committee, which is something new that they've done so that we can celebrate the Olympics here in Canada at home with friends and family. It's like you said, it's 3 different events where there will be broadcasting the events live. There will be sports demonstrations, discussion panels, maybe meet and greet some Olympians, past and present. So it's going to be really busy, but the main point is to celebrate the Olympics and kind of experience the excitement around it. To me, it really sounds like a mini Olympic village, and it's free. I think for family and friends, it's going to be a big party and fun place to be at.
When you were in Sochi, were you aware of the excitement that was back home, that was here surrounding the games in general and the Dufour-Lapointe sisters in particular?
Not really. We had a sense, but it was only after our event. But while we were there, we were just so focused being athletes and doing what we had to do there and doing the post-Olympic experience as well. We really caught up to the intensity and what it was like here when we came back. But I must say, I was drawn to the Olympic values back in Vancouver 2010. I didn't qualify, but I was a forerunner, and Chloe was an Olympian at the time. So we spent the whole 2 weeks together, and I could really experience all of that energy and excitement and really understand what the Olympics meant. It's about celebrating the most beautiful thing we can do as human, and it's always very inspiring stories. And I wanted to be part of that movement to encourage those values of perseverance, excellence, and in a positive way. And I think this is what we're gonna experience as well at the Fan Festival.
And folks will get to maybe meet you and hear a little bit more about your story as well as you make your appearances there. That is at Windsor Station, August 9th through 11th. It's a family-friendly event. There is no charge to attend. And we thank Maxime Dufour-Lapointe very much for the interview today.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Have a great day.
See you there.
All righty.